Friends and viewer, good day. Mathilda by Mary Shelley. Mary Shelley, the famous wife of Percy Bysshe Shelley, the writer of Frankenstein, and now Mathilda, a very short novella. So, Mathilda is a tragic story of a woman, a girl, a woman, a young woman who was betrayed by her father, and finally how she subsequently met her tragic end. So the story of Mathilda start like it is told from their title or the character point of view. Mathilda is on her deathbed and writing a letter to her only friend Woodville to reveal the secret and tragedies of her life. Her letter begins with a summary of her mother Diana and Mathilda's father's union. He and Diana has been companions since their childhood, and they feel deeply in love when they came of age. They married and were inseparable, but Diana died shortly after Mathilda's birth. Mathilda's father was so overcome with grief at the loss of his wife that he abandoned Mathilda to live with Mathilda's aunt. Mathilda confesses that she had a miserable childhood. She longed for love and intimacy, but her aunt was cold and distant woman. Mathilda's only comfort was the forest. In the woods, she felt safe and loved by the animals and landscape. So here we comes now how Mathilda the reunion with her fathers. Mathilda tells Woodville that her feeling of loneliness changed when she was reunited with her father at age of 16. She and her father instantly became inseparable. She finally had someone to reciprocate her affections. However, Mathilda's joy soon dissolved when her father began acting strangely. After a young man tried to court her, her father became withdrawn and angry towards Mathilda. The more ardently she tried to win back his affections, the more sullen he became. She started to believe that her father hated her, and this caused her to fall into despair. Her father eventually moved them to the home he formerly shared with Diana. In fleeting moment, it appeared that she was slowly winning back her father's affections. He began following her obsessively and asking her to read him like Diana used to. Mathilda tells Woodville that these moments with her father were like a calm before the storm. So Mathilda revealed about her father incestuous feeling. Mathilda confessed to Woodville that she needed to understand what was going on in her father's heart. She took her father out to a beautiful spot in the woods and begged him to reveal his secret to her. She said that she could help him carry his burden and that they could go back to loving each other. Upon this prompting, Mathilda's father admitted that he desired her sexually. He confessed that he thought only of her during their time apart and that ever since their reunion, he couldn't stop thinking of being physically united with her. Mathilda ran away from him. After his confession, she decided that they could never see each other again because their love was no longer pure but instead sinful. Mathilda's father And the next morning, Mathilda received a letter of apology from her father. He admitted that he had left never to return. Mathilda realized that he was going to commit suicide. She tells Woodville that she rushed to rescue her father, but it was too late. She found him dead. She was more devastated by the loss of her father than she had been by his incestuous revelation. She retreated to the woods to live a solitary life. She couldn't stand to face people because she was afraid that they would see her father's shame in her eyes. So finally, Mathilda farewell to Woodville. 2 years into Mathilda's solitary existence, she meets Woodville. They became quick and close friends. He tried extensively to pull her from her despair and often encourage her to see the best in life. His attempt often failed, but he did convince her not to take her own life. By the time the novella circle back around to the present, Mathilda tells Woodville that she is looking forward to her death. She says that the purpose of writing her letter is to give Woodville peace in knowing that she is happy to die. She explains that her death is like a marriage because she will finally be united with her father, who is the love of her life. So, this is the tragic story of Mathilda, how she met her fate and destination. A very tragic, a very unhappy ending. Thank you very much.